What's going on, Legionnaires? Welcome to another episode of the Legion of Comic Correction. We talk all things comic books. Woo! Oh, man. We have a special episode today.
What you wearing?
Wearing some Dragon Ball Z.
I have to break it to you, Greg.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Dragon Ball Z.
I just binged like all of Dragon Ball Z.
You watched all of it?
All of it.
Well,
it's on Hulu right now.
We're not talking
about.
What
are we talking about?
We're talking about Dragon Ball Evolution! Obviously, evolution.
Yeah.
Evolution.
They didn't evolve very well.
Evolution means that it's the highest quality. It's definitely the best of the best when it comes to Dragon Ball.
It's what we'd call the missing link of the Dragon Balls.
I was going to say, here's the thing. Evolution is like, right, it starts as like an amoeba, and then the second stage is like the fish with like half the legs and arms, and it's kind of like gasping for air.
Yeah, because that guy ate him on the arm.
Yeah, he ate him.
Eventually, it becomes some like superior creature, right? This movie is
the superior.
No, it's when it's just crawling out of the primordial.
No, it's not even that. It's the molecules flying through space.
Now, molecules look beautiful. This is already when it's kind of formed.
I don't know. There's some beautiful things in these.
I
gotta go talk to Beautiful.
There's nothing beautiful.
That is an exact quote. Quote.
I'm very excited to talk about this.
I'm not, but we're going to do it anyway.
I'm very excited.
We're like, Greg's pissed off.
Greg.
Let's hone in on this.
Let's
channel this.
Let's zoom in.
Here's the thing, Legion, and you all know
I
it's
am
true.
normally rage.
Yeah.
I don't know if I will be today.
We hit a nerve.
We may have found a sore spot.
You all know it's true. I'm usually the most optimistic of the group.
Truth.
And I think both of these guys were like, man, gracious, being too optimistic.
We were like,
so
we need to get him upset.
They texted and they're like, hey, why don't we do Dragon Ball Evolution? You like that movie.
I didn't text that because I didn't even know this thing was a thing. I didn't even know it was a thing.
You saw it for the first time.
I did it.
Yeah, I don't
It
know.
was me. It was me.
I don't know anything about Dragon Ball.
I was like, how do we get Greg more upset?
Oh,
and then I was like, I live in this world and exist to piss off Greg. So
there's that.
I was like, finally, we get to do this Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah, well, if you like...
you don't like this? You don't like this movie?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Surprising.
If you like podcasts about comics and movies and
Surprising.
video games and TV shows and all that stuff, like and subscribe if you have not already. Hit that bell so that you know when new episodes come out.
Crack it.
And then if you want to help us out in a little bit more of a personal way, you can go down to our description below. There's a website down there, legionofcc.com, where you can get sweet merch like that. Sweet merch like this garbage hat right here because this movie's garbage.
This is my favorite character.
And sweet merch like that over there. What's your favorite?
This is my favorite character.
Oh, Hulk out Harry?
Hulk out Harry.
Hulk out Harry.
Yeah, wait,
Harry's my favorite character in the Legion.
Just for you, I'm going to...
Oh, you putting the garbage hat on?
Oh, my. Ready to go.
So much garbage.
So much garbage.
No. My favorite character on the Legion
right there
is Harry.
Hulk out
Harry, yeah.
No, just Harry.
Just Harry in general.
Just Harry in general
he's
is
always
my favorite character. Yeah.
I mean, you don't
Look
know.
at him chugging water over there. He's got to hydrate for this.
You don't know he's green right now.
He may be.
I'm always angry.
For all you guys.
Which is usually true, but...
That is. Yep.
Well, if you want to support even in a more personal way, you can go down and hit our Patreon link down there.
And write us love letters.
You could. That would be great. I would love some conversation on there.
I would too.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'll talk to you.
If you subscribe to our Patreon, you get extra content like new podcasts that you get nowhere else.
Good.
New behind the scenes artwork.
Can you put the
Also
clip of last time?
No, we're gonna forget all of that.
If you want to see a funny clip,
Go back to the couple episodes.
Which one was that? Shazam?
It was two. No, it was
No.
Secret Invasion. Go watch Secret Invasion.
Greg will put the timestamp of that. What that was?
Yeah, of what that was. Yeah, I'll put it. I'll put it here. I can do that.
So two good things. What's a third good thing?
What else we got?
A third good thing on Patreon.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, we've got
Get to vote on things.
We got promo codes.
Promo codes. That's right. That's another good thing.
To,
Look at him.
We also get to vote on
to
content.
vote, but pretty much that means Just torture us.
Yeah, pick a movie that we obviously don't want to watch and make us watch it because we watch it.
Yep. We'll do.
Because you say so, and we do.
You don't even have to know what it is. If you don't know what it is, it's probably garbage.
Probably garbage.
If you look it up, and the best way to do it is to Google search the movie poster for whatever movie that is, and it's a pretty good sign if this movie is trash or not.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
If it's a really bad movie poster. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, this is a really bad movie poster, and it has really bad.
What are you talking about?
Everything.
This is
humanoid, like Sonic the Hedgehog looking guy on the front of it.
This is like one of my
I don't know what
favorite
you're talking
movies. I'm very excited to talk about this. It's like my favorite movie.
The first thing I want to say about this guy,
tell me.
Goku, the actor that played Goku, is
my goodness.
Greg made a good point that it's knockoff Aaron Paul, but on top of that,
it is.
From Breaking Bad.
not Fast.
Like
well, you know what he's from? He's from Shameless. He's from the show Shameless.
He has no shame being in this movie.
Him and the girl are from Shameless.
Chi-Chi?
Not Chi-Chi, no.
Boma?
The purple.
Boma.
Boma are both from Shameless. They're like, she's the main character, and then he is her love interest at one point in the show.
They need to go back to Shameless.
Well, yeah, they did a lot
and
better
never
on
touch
Shameless,
anything
usually.
in this property ever again.
That's good.
All right,
I'm surprised they didn't get more movies from this.
Did you know there's a stinger at the end of it? There's a credits stinger.
There is. I know.
Yeah. When was this? 2008?
2009.
2009. There was a credits
2009er.
Oh,
right.
niner.
Well, it was after Iron Man, so I guess the stingers were coming in. We're like
They're starting
yeah,
to.
so there's like there's a
precedent for
staple there. There's a like Iron Man came out in 09 or 08.
08.
08. So
08.
even
08.
worse that Dragon Ball Evolution.
Well, you talking about effects wise?
Yeah.
if you want to like put a frame of reference.
We got it.
Here.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
The faster we get into it, the faster we can never ever talk
yeah.
about this again.
What do you mean?
No, we would like to prolong this talk.
I want you to talk about this forever.
Carnage Report, please. All right.
Why are you chopping?
All right, we're gonna go back. No Carnage Report.
Wait, no.
Let's talk about the beginning of this
again. Talk about this more with you, Greg.
No,
Carnage
Stop your wizardry.
You wrap those
All right, we're doing it. All right, here we go. Carnage Report. How much money do you think this movie made?
This is really interesting.
My word.
Wait,
no, we have to do.
Or how much do you think it costs?
How much did it cost?
Well, I didn't look that up. I didn't even want to know. I'll look it up now.
He's like, Greg always has these numbers. He's like, I don't even care.
Move on.
We're going to the next episode.
We gotta move. We gotta go faster.
I'm going to say it cost $78. Gets worse and worse every time.
78?
Yeah.
Not even $100.
No.
How much do you think?
Go ahead.
$23 million.
Wow.
23
I'm going to go with 49.
49 million. Now, so we talk about
09.
and we'll talk about the effects are really bad.
Remission.
But
I don't know, man. I'm throwing something out there.
They went hard on the effects side. Like, even though it didn't come out good,
and it wasn't. It wasn't. Honestly, it wasn't horrible. But
you watch it on a little screen. As soon as you get into a screen that's bigger than your phone, it looks way worse.
Well, how much did it cost?
30 million. So you were really close.
Yeah, buddy.
23 and it's 30 million.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty close.
Boom.
All right.
There was like no big name actors in it. So
no, none at all.
Yeah.
This all went to the production of the movie.
I think the biggest name actor
$5.
in it is is it Donnie Yen? Is Donnie Yen the Master Roshi?
No.
No, Chi-Chi. She's probably the biggest.
Not Donnie Yen. I don't mean Donnie Yen.
Chow Yun Fat.
Yes, Chow Yun Fat.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Probably the biggest.
He's probably the highest grossing, or he's the
Is he
highest
Ip Man?
paid actor in it.
No.
No.
Donnie Yen is
Donnie
his
Yen's
man.
They do look very similar.
They do look similar. Yeah, but Donnie
they've gone
after
after similar roles, and
Who was the other guy?
Donnie Yen's younger.
Chow Yun Fat.
What was he in?
He was in Bulletproof Monk with Sean William Scott.
Yep.
Those movies I'm not like super.
He was in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah.
He was in Curse of the Golden Flower, The Replacement Killers, and he's known for Dragon Ball Evolution.
Killers. I forgot about that.
The sad thing is that Dragon Ball Evolution is one of his known
Donnie
force.
Yen is younger than that guy?
I think so. Yeah.
Younger?
Really?
Younger than Chow Yun Fat? Yeah.
I thought Donnie Yen would be older.
No.
I don't know. I don't have his
Anyway.
age on here. So,
whatever.
So,
anyway,
keep going.
how much do you think it made?
I think it made
a lot more overseas. So how would
Are we doing global?
Just tell me just domestic. We'll just do domestic. How much do you think it made domestically?
Oh, geez, domestically $3.
Wait, domestically, like all together
Altogether,
box
domestic
Whole
box
thing.
office. In all seriousness,
What do you think?
16 million. I'm actually going to say 16 million.
16 million. I mean, it is like it came out at the craze of Dragon Ball Z. I mean, it was a little late.
I don't think so.
It was a little late. It was like, well, so
There was a
the mainstream push. For
Kai
Dragon
came
Ball,
out that
Dragon
about
Ball
that
Z,
time.
Yeah, Kai came out in the 2000s. It was the late 90s, early 2000s.
I'm sticking by 16 million.
So 16 million.
I'm
All right, what do
still
you think?
sticking
62 million.
Wow.
62 million for domestic. You are very generous.
If that was the case, they wouldn't be in a sequel. Like domestic alone would have doubled the budget. You got to think more on this, man. Put some pieces
and remember
together
how terrible this movie was.
Right.
Think about it that
People
way.
don't know it's terrible till you can see it.
I mean, it was phenomenal.
People found out real quick. It was made about 9 million.
Woo!
9 million. I mean, really, you're not even that close.
What was it? What was it? Total international, worldwide,
global was 55.
I'm actually very surprised by that.
55 million.
I'm very surprised by that because
Yeah.
almost doubles the budget.
Well, international was 46. 46
Well, no
million.
kidding.
That's
That's
crazy.
basic math.
Well, I know, but
That's
I'm just
arithmetic,
saying.
sir. Thank you for speaking down to me.
You're welcome. It's what I do
That's
best.
a good time, Greg.
It's
All
what
right.
I do best. All right. So
You son of
it
guys
obviously.
poking at my life.
I want 2 people pissed off tonight.
Poking at my life.
we were going to
This
war.
is his turn.
Oh, it's so easy to bring you up to that level, though.
Yeah, that's true.
It happens real fast, dude.
Yeah, it happens real fast.
Doesn't take much.
Hey, remember how Batfleck isn't going to continue?
Tamer is never a thing.
Just recover. We just put this all back together.
Justice League was ruined instantly. All right, well, we're going to keep
Can't
going.
do it.
Yeah,
Can't
I
do
know.
it again.
All
We
right.
can't do it again.
Don't relive it. We got to focus here.
Okay.
All right, so cast. We're going to go through the cast of the main characters, even though no one knows.
Got him. Here,
Any of
hit,
them.
me with them. I'll tell you if anybody knows who they are.
All right, Goku was played by Justin Chatwin.
Nope.
Chatwin.
Yeah,
That's what someone with a lisp says my last name. Chatwin.
So nobody knows who that
No.
is. Keep going.
Bulma was played by Emmy Rossum.
Nope.
She's the one from Shameless, though, so people might
both
know
are from
her,
Shameless.
her face. Oh, that's true.
Goku and her
That's
are
right.
both from Shameless.
Chi-Chi was played by Jamie Chung.
Nope.
Yes, people know her. I knew her.
I don't know who that
She's
is.
from.
She looks familiar. Look her up.
Hack it.
Yeah. Mai was played by Eriko Tamura.
Nope.
Gohan was played by Randall.
Dude, I
No,
just
hey.
I typed in
Stop it.
Jamie
Stop it.
and then it came up right away. Jamie Chung.
Stop it.
What?
You mispronounced his name.
Gohan.
No, you mispronounced it.
No, it's Gohan.
What is it?
It's Gohan.
What did they say?
Gohan. They said it wrong.
What did they say?
Gohan.
Gohan?
Gohan.
Gohan.
It's Han
Gohan.
It's freaking
Gohan.
Solo
Randall,
and Gohan.
Randall Duke Kim was Gohan. And then
Gohan.
Roshi, we talked about already, was Cho Yun Fat.
Yep.
And then Lord Piccolo was James Marsters.
Nobody would ever know that.
No.
He was wearing so many prosthetics.
so much makeup, but
So much makeup.
but really happy for
She
him.
was in every single Hangover movie.
Really?
Yep. I think she was someone's wife.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Oh, all right.
She was
she
in.
in the Fast and Furious? Was she in? We were thinking maybe she was in the Fast and Furious. I couldn't
She was in
remember.
Batman: Soul of the
no,
Dragon.
she's
Ah.
the
in a
main
lot.
guy's wife.
Yeah.
What?
Isn't she the main guy's wife in the
She's
Hangover?
in Sucker Punch.
Oh, in the Hangover.
I know
She's
who
in
she is.
Misfits.
Never mind.
She's in
All
Big
right,
Hero
so
6.
She's
She's
probably the
somebody.
most.
She's
yeah.
in.
She in Big Hero
I
6?
told
Yeah.
you.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
You're
the
right,
guy,
Harry.
The guy
You're
who
right.
plays
Okay.
Piccolo. The guy who plays Piccolo. What was his name again? I don't remember.
Flute?
James Marsters.
She's in a lot
Flute?
of Batman
I
animated movies.
feel thankful for him because he got to play Piccolo, which
Okay.
is which
is awesome.
One of the best characters in Dragon Ball.
Yep.
And it was horrible. He came back, though, in 2018, 2016, that time period in Dragon Ball Super, and he voiced Zamasu, one of the greatest villains in the Dragon Ball Super series.
Zamasu.
And people love him. So at least he got to come
Good
back
for him.
and do something good.
Good for him.
So thank goodness for that.
Man,
but other than
major
that,
recovery
man,
there.
nobody.
Major
nobody and
recovery.
nothing.
All right, keep
All right.
going.
Well, that's all the people.
That's
all
it?
the main people. Yeah. There's not a huge amount of main people. I guess Yamcha was in there. I didn't get his name. I'll put him up here. The guy who played Yamcha. He was He was probably the most comic accurate.
Gohan?
Yeah, he was definitely comic accurate. He was actually pretty comic accurate.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Source material. So when it comes to source material, they did, the premise is pretty similar to the idea in the original Dragon Ball.
Yes.
They just got their time periods mixed up and then all of the details. So
What?
yeah. So
What do you mean?
well, so in the original, right, King Piccolo is released,
Yes.
like from his from the jar he's kept in.
Sure, deadly
Right.
accurate.
The evil containment wave was used to put him in the jar.
Yep.
And it was
In
taught
the jar.
yeah, by Roshi's master, and Roshi used it in Dragon Ball to try and put Piccolo. He actually tried to put him in a rice cooker.
Okay.
In the comics.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it didn't work. So that's all accurate. Goku does fight Piccolo, the original King Piccolo.
Yep.
He does defeat him, though he defeats him in a way better way in the comics. We'll talk about that more later. But Goku's
The
a kid.
Kamehameha?
He didn't use the Kamehameha.
Oh.
Yeah, in the comics anyway, to beat him. I mean, he used the Kamehameha in the fight, but he didn't use it to actually defeat him. But Goku's like 12 when he fights Piccolo in the comics.
Goku's
He's a little
12.
kid. He's a little kid in the comics. So the timeline was all screwed up about like when it happened, and also like the major events and how they happened were pretty screwed up too. So like Gohan, his grandfather does die in the comics, but he's killed by Goku. Like Goku kills him by accident, kind of the way he killed Roshi at the end.
See, that's your
Oh,
interpretation.
spoilers, by the way.
That's your interpretation.
No one cares about that.
See, I thought they were like dead
Really
on with their
accurate?
interpretation. I thought they
No.
were incredibly accurate. I thought, you know, everything made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And also paid really good. I mean, and Harry, jump in at any point if you would like to, but I thought it paid respect and tribute to both the comics and the show.
You're testing me.
Testing who?
I'm
testing who?
I'm
For what?
Channeling,
For what?
I'm channeling reason here.
What would I be
I'm
testing?
channel reason.
Okay, well, if
honestly,
you
I
wanna
think it's
do
the greatest
some
movie
more-
ever
If
created.
you want to do some more reason, we could just go into, you know,
The comic review?
The comic review, yeah.
I guess we can.
Yeah, let's just go in.
All right. Comic review time.
Comic review time.
Here's the deal.
My
Let's-
favorite character was Pickles.
Tommy Pickles. Oh my gosh, I agree. Tommy
Pickles.
Pickles was my favorite
after he got
character
out of
as well.
diapers.
Go-Go
Here's
Power
the-
Rangers is pretty good.
Here's the deal. Let's let you guys talk first, because I definitely have more to say on this than you guys do.
We're doing real talk. We're doing real talk
Who
now.
do you want to start with, Harry? How do you want to go about this?
Remember, we've got a time constraint tonight.
Yeah. We have a time constraint. All
right, what do you guys think? Good things, bad things? What do you think about it?
Go ahead.
I'll go.
Chris. Go ahead. Harry.
So I think knockoff. I think Fair and Fall. Aaron Paul. He
Fair and Fall.
That was
Fair
good.
and Fall.
That was
That
good.
was good.
He's got a bigger head than me, I think, and I don't know how that's possible.
It's the hair, man. It's the hair.
was
You
probably
have
the hair.
less hair on top of your head, and not in like a way that's like not
Am
that
I
you're
balding?
losing. You're not balding. That's what I meant.
Gotta cut back on those
His,
steroids,
though,
man.
because of them in the comics, you know, their hair
it's giant.
going. They
That's also-
tried to make it. They tried to
did.
do that. They tried to make it in the movie.
Well,
that way.
there's actually the scene where he's about to go to Chi-Chi's party,
right.
Yeah.
and he's using all the gel in his hair, and he
Yeah.
gets to sit, and then it
Yeah,
pops,
it pops up, yeah.
That's actually straight from the comics and the anime,
See?
where he was trying to get ready
Accuracy.
to
I'm
go
seeing
vote.
more
accuracy.
percentage of accuracy here.
Yeah.
The
Well-
accuracy is out of control. Here.
Out of
It's
control.
out of control.
Listen, it still didn't look like Goku's hair.
Yeah, well,
Which
Till the
potato.
end, it kind of did.
at the end when it grew a little bit more.
But that's what I was
after-
just like. It just changes.
Yeah, I don't. Well,
Just gets long. His hair is just magically longer.
I mean, he was
and in a
he
exact.
was a gorilla.
We're hung up on the hair, guys.
All right,
We're
yeah,
hung
move
up
on,
on the
move
hair.
on, move on.
This
What
is
else
what we're
thing?
talking about.
He has a big head.
I also like
He
in the
started with
first.
him having a big head.
And I see what
I'm
you're
just taking him down from just body image here.
Go
Keep
for
going.
it. Go for it.
In the first 3 seconds of the movie, you see his unibrow. Like, come on, like you couldn't pluck that.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I
And
mean,
his,
my man
his
is
sweat
focused
dripping off
on
his nose. He's got nose
grooming.
hairs popping
My
out.
man
He's
is
hanging like
focused
this.
on grooming.
Dude, it's
This
the
is where
first.
he
It's the
goes in.
first 10 seconds of the
First 10
movie.
seconds.
I mean,
First 10 seconds.
not
We're
that-
going to
not-
move quickly through this.
not that I want to defend this movie, but he does become a gorilla at the end, like a big ape.
But did he?
So maybe he's.
Did he?
Hey, Harry.
At that point?
What, you mean in that scene?
Yeah.
No, but
No,
he's
in the
got
movie, has he become a? What is it?
A giant gorilla.
They called it an Ozaru, which
Yeah.
means the great ape.
Yeah, which is also comic accurate.
Saiyans, all Saiyans become the great ape. But
comic accurate again.
He's not the only one.
No, because the great apes are like a mile tall.
Yeah.
They're freaking enormous.
Yeah, he wasn't big
and
enough.
He was like in a gorilla costume.
Yeah.
That they painted like yellowish.
Well, they ran out of money.
No, you can just scale
Perspective.
it up.
It's like Power Rangers.
Wait, they're like that big? They're like a mile?
Yeah, they're like a mile tall. They're freaking huge.
What?
Yeah, but
I don't
buttresses.
remember ever.
Like they just did it like with buttresses, like in Lord of the Rings. They just did perspective. That's what I mean.
But they didn't because
I like how
he like picked
like
up,
in Lord of the Rings.
This movie should never be compared. It's not Lord of the Rings. Like when
the only time it should ever be in the same sentence is exactly not like Lord of the Rings.
I believe Lord of the Rings and Dragon Ball were both
similar
quality movies.
They are both very close.
Very close.
Unplugged.
Very close.
All right, go on. Unibrow nose hair.
We're focused.
Yes,
this is where we've gotten to.
I'm taking him down where it hurts.
You got to move, Harry.
Give us some content.
What? That's not content.
It's definitely
body grooming. Come on, guys.
It's
definitely
it's
content.
important.
It's important,
It
men.
is. It is.
Goku Chi-Chi cares.
Yeah.
Go
ahead. No, I really don't. I hate movies that are just like your typical, yes, bully coming in, and it's like, why do we need to do this? Why in every movie there is a younger person.
Would you swing a crowbar at a guy standing right in front of your car?
Oh, like, 9 times?
Over and over and over. Like maybe the first time. Maybe the first time he moves you, hits your car. And you're like, you know what? I'm
more mad.
Walk away from my car.
Also,
now.
who drives over a bike? Like that? Well, you have a nice, pimped out car. Why are you doing that?
Dude,
he's probably super rich. He's going to buy another one.
On the wrong things.
I know.
Like, you are.
Why? We're going to get the accuracy and the comic accuracy from Greg. I'm just, and a human accuracy here.
Okay.
All right. Who runs over a bike?
Let's ramp up your dislike. Like, what's some, because I know there were things you disliked more than that.
Kick it up a notch.
Yeah. So the structure of the home when it got torn down.
Yep. Now he's on the right track. Now he's on the right track.
So what?
That's
From the distance, this dude destroys the whole house. Then you get in there, and his room's partially still there.
It's true. It's true. Oh, Piccolo's.
Did you see the plumbing? It was horrible.
Tell me about the electric. Like, how did that?
There wasn't enough heels. Staples were all over. Jeez, come on. Don't even get me started.
They obviously didn't contain them in the proper water.
No, not at
pH
all.
level was off completely. You can tell by the texture of their skin.
100%.
No, on God's honest truth, I don't know much about Dragon Ball at all. But
what you gonna say about electric eels? I was like, you take that back.
You take that back, sir.
I know everything
about electric eels. Yeah, right. So what was your biggest grievance though when watching this movie? Because you literally turned to me when it was over and said,
"Yeah, you have an interesting perspective because we both have a little bit more background."
Like I've watched like maybe like 10 episodes, maybe.
I've watched all of them in every movie, all of them, multiple times.
I've watched everything.
Every single thing.
All the background information. I've watched all the director commentary.
The reason I exist. The reason I got
Dragon Ball.
The reason I got into artwork was I wanted to draw myself as a Super Saiyan. Like I wanted to be a Super Saiyan.
No, you get to draw us as Super Saiyans.
That's right.
That's amazing. Oh, it's gonna be interesting.
Am I just gonna be the Ox King?
Yes.
Yeah.
That wasn't even. That was the part that, as a person that doesn't know Dragon Ball, I was pissed off that he wasn't in there. I was like, you go to Chi-Chi's house and he's not even there.
You come to my house.
You say my name right.
Here's the other thing. That's how he would have reacted. He would never have allowed a party in their house.
No!
He would be like, what are all these people doing here with my daughter?
Yeah. Freaking Dragon Ball evolution.
Yeah, Chi-Chi's not a floozy.
Yeah. She's a warrior princess.
She's
She is.
She is. Yeah.
Well, she's a fighter too.
That was my favorite line.
What?
When she sees him at the training grounds.
I wanted to tell you something.
She's like this.
She's like, I wanted to tell you something.
And then,
I'm a fighter too.
He's like,
he's just like, okay.
She's like, nobody at home really knows it, but I'm a fighter too.
And then the best part is
he's a fighter.
He's like
fighting all this.
Roshi's just like, this is a super secret place. And they're like, oh, there's people fighting here. And you're like, okay. Dude. And then they just start fighting a little bit, and then it just completely cuts out of there. You're like, we're not going to talk about
all those people
that are training the super secret spot
that we might be able to take and help us fight Piccolo.
we're gonna leave every fighter here. We're gonna then
run. They're not main characters.
Yeah,
except for Chi-Chi. We'll take her.
Well, the other thing too is that
where was Tien? Where was Chaozu?
I got a little. The one thing I will be honest, I got confused about.
Where was Fork?
Is go in the comic?
Not real. Mine were real.
Is
Son of a Barda. Go on.
Is Gohan? Or let me pronounce that properly.
Don't you do it?
Gohan.
Gohan. Thank you.
Gohan.
Thank you.
Is he
Gohan? Hand go. Gohan. Go. Go.
That's
Go. Go.
We needed a dance number in the movie.
Yeah.
We needed a dance
They
number.
should have broke out yet.
Go Ninja. Where was Vanilla Ice? All right.
Yeah.
Go on.
I don't know.
Anyway, what about Gohan?
Does Gohan have powers?
So no. So Gohan is not.
Actually,
he's human, right?
Very good question. No.
Yes, he is.
What?
Gohan? He's talking about the
Senior,
grandfather.
not
About the
junior.
grandfather,
Oh,
not his son.
Or how does that go?
Gohan is Gohan the son is half Saiyan.
See, you got to say it correctly, or I don't
know.
know.
But Gohan the son's not in this movie.
Gohan.
Right. Gohanes.
So
Where's Fruit of the Loom at?
Go.
So Gohan.
Where's Stop Fruit of the Loom?
I feel like this is like a Step Brothers moment where you're like, a pan. Is it Pan? Pan? I believe I can help with the whole Pan situation.
Let me answer his question.
Yeah,
so Gohan is a human.
Correct.
Just because they're a human doesn't mean that they don't have powers. Like Krillin's a human, but he can fly and shoot lasers and stuff. You can learn how to channel your ki if you are strong.
Isn't it chi?
So
you're pronouncing it wrong.
So Gohan is a
you wear your ki. No, you wear your
gi. You
wear
your
gi.
You wear your chi.
So Roshi. So Roshi is the Turtle Master.
Yeah,
Master Roshi. He was not in this movie.
You didn't know that?
When Goku carries that big backpack, it was an homage to in the original Dragon Ball. His training involves carrying a giant turtle shell to build his strength. But Roshi's a human too, and he can shoot lasers. But Gohan was a human, but he wasn't a fighter.
I believe you said that wrong too. I think it's Master Yoshi.
He wasn't like a fighter. He took care of Goku, but we really don't get to know Gohan very much at all. So in the movie, Gohan's alive until Goku is 18? 18?
Yeah.
In the comics,
it's actually his birthday. Come on, Greg.
That's right. In the comics, Gohan is killed kind of in the way that Goku kills Roshi.
Right.
When he's the giant ape, when he's the Saiyan ape.
Right.
Ape. Yeah, so he kills him by accident as a kid and never knows he kills him until much, much later when he finds out that he was actually the monster that his grandfather told him about that would come out every full moon. So in the movie, it comes out only on the blood moon.
Mm-hmm.
In the comics, every time there's a full moon, Saiyans can absorb the power reflected from the sun off the moon and turn into the great ape. They use that to take over planets.
Yeah.
And so he would change, and his grandfather told him, don't go out during the full moon because there's a monster in the area and you might get hurt. And so that's how he kept him from looking at the moon.
Right.
But Goku went out when he was like 7 or 8 and looked at the moon and turned into the great ape and trampled his grandfather.
Yeah.
Found him dead the next day, believed the great ape killed his grandfather, and never knew it was himself until he was older. A way better storyline than having Piccolo kill his grandfather.
Right.
What?
In the structure,
in the
downfall that didn't actually happen.
Which Piccolo should have just like punched through his heart. Like that's what he does in the comics.
Piccolo was kind of
a waste of space.
Kind of
didn't really do too much. Just
kind of.
I have one more thing, and then we'll move on.
All right, go ahead.
It has nothing to do with Dragon Ball.
Get after it.
I love how every type of movie like this, they're like, I'm what's her name? The lady that's got the guns.
Bulma.
Bulma
Briefs.
Bulma Briefs is she's just like, I'm a bit of an inventor myself. And he's like, wow, you're really smart. And he's like, yeah, I'm a doctor. I have a PhD in relativity and weaponry. It's like,
which she is very smart in the comics. That was comic accurate.
But it's just like,
but it's not.
Why?
Bulma is one of the best characters in the comics, and she was so trash.
She's just like, I have this thing that locates exactly what you're looking for.
So now that is in the
That
comics,
is correct.
but it's called the Dragon
There's
Radar,
so much,
Dragon Ball
there's
Radar.
so much that we're identifying is in the comics.
Kind of sounds at
So
least
much.
50-50.
No,
So much.
not even close. By name, this is another instance where by name, it's very close, but by content, it's very horrible.
Is Goku in there?
What?
Is Goku in the movie?
Goku? No, I didn't see him in the movie at all.
Huh.
He was terrible.
Interesting.
Go ahead. All right.
So how was he terrible if he wasn't in the movie?
Well, because there was a guy parading as Goku.
Oh, so Goku was in the movie.
Yeah, but he wasn't the real Goku.
Was there 7 Dragon Balls?
Yes.
Were they
Yes.
eventually together and in alignment?
And used to grant a wish?
One single
They
wish?
Did
One
not
single
have
wish.
And then
to-
after that, did they get dispersed into stones
they
at the
did
end of
not-
it?
They did not turn to stone. They just
No.
disappeared. But they also
Well, you don't know they didn't
You
turn
don't
into
know they
stones.
didn't. turn to
they
stones.
took them to a dragon temple, which is not necessary. You can summon Shenlong
That's null and void.
wherever you want.
Null and void. I mean,
Did a
that's
dragon
minor
appear?
point.
Yes, but
Minor
he
point.
did not look anything like Shenlong.
What, did they call him Shenlong?
They did.
That sounds like it's accurate.
Go ahead,
Here,
Logan.
your points are very valid.
Was
I
there
appreciate-
pickles in this movie?
I don't think so.
I appreciate your
Well,
It was a green man.
Harry as a
His
person.
ears
After
pointy,
Piccolo
though.
died, did another Piccolo appear?
No.
Do you know that wasn't a different Piccolo?
Yes. Because he was being
As-
nursed back to health.
Dude,
The other
he was
Piccolo-
being waking up from a nap.
He was like, "Get
What?
away. 5 more minutes. The other
Harry,
Piccolo,
as a,
no, wait. The other Piccolo would have been put into an egg and planted in the ground and would have taken like 20 years.
Did it
to
give you a
hatch.
time frame in the stinger?
They looked the same.
No, it didn't.
He didn't come out of the freaking
No, it
egg.
did. Sounds like it's a comic accurate. Oh, perfection, perfection for me.
Logan, what do you think? Go ahead, say your
so,
piece.
so Harry, I appreciate your unbiased,
Thank you.
unfiltered opinion.
Right,
okay?
this was not planned at all. It's
I
freaking
really,
hot down here.
I really think you did a good job of, capturing a lot of the comic accurate pieces.
Yeah, there's a
in
lot of
the movie.
comic accuracies, real world inaccuracies.
Right, real.
So they can do better next time.
yeah, I mean, like,
I'm excited for this
could
sequel.
we take the comic accuracy a step further? Sure,
No,
we
absolutely.
could
There's
definitely-
always room for
always room
improvement.
for
I agree,
There's
Logan.
always
Years in the
room for improvement. You know.
So what did you like
I
about
would
it?
really
what did you
like
like?
to
What did
see.
you not like?
Well,
about
okay.
it?
So what I really liked in the movie
Tell me because we'll do a verdict then.
Everything.
Then you can,
was
then you can-
everything. Yeah, it was every part of it. I enjoyed every moment that I spent watching the
Cherish
movie.
the 123
and
minutes.
when
How
I
easy would
raised
it be to
my
break one of these
children
Batman
to
things?
know Dragon Ball, I'm going to say this is
is it?
Dragon Ball. This is Dragon Ball Z right here. This here is Dragon Ball Z. Master Roshi was probably my favorite part of the movie.
You mispronounced that. It's Master Yoshi.
I'm sorry. Thank you for the correction.
You're welcome.
Master Yoshi
What's your
was my
favorite
favorite
part
part
of
of
the
the
movie?
movie. Yeah, he.
Dude, Roshi doesn't he didn't even look like him. He had no sunglasses.
I thought
He
Yeah.
had no giant mustache and beard.
I
he
mean-
didn't wear a turtle
Honestly,
shell.
his grandfather looked more like him.
Yeah, well, actually, his grandfather was probably the only character in the movie that kind of looked like his comic book character.
I just think Master Yoshi was really comic accurate. I thought the way he.
The
Where was
Hawaiian
Turtle?
shirt?
Where was
He-
Mr. Turtle?
Is
Where
the
was-
Hawaiian shirt
he was
accurate?
A talking turtle, and he was freaking on an island in the middle
So
of the
hold on,
ocean.
hold
He's
on.
in a freaking piece of land in the middle of a city.
Excuse me. I allowed you to speak before. Okay. I believe it is my turn. And
go ahead.
Harry brought up a very good point. Was he or was he not wearing a Hawaiian shirt?
At one point, he did wear
A Hawaiian shirt.
a button-up Hawaiian
a
shirt.
button-up Hawaiian shirt.
Actually,
But-
most of the movie did.
But
in all seriousness, most of the movie he did.
Which
Yes, he did. He did.
I believe is very comic accurate.
not in the
very
well, I would say
comic
not in the
accurate.
color. The color scheme is an orange with triangles on
You're
it.
worried about the color
Yeah, it
scheme.
didn't look
That's
like
what
his
we're
fashion.
splitting hairs over. But we nail the Hawaiian
Right.
shirt.
He had a Hawaiian shirt. He was not old enough, and I don't know why they didn't just give him sunglasses. He never does not have his sunglasses
Interesting.
on. Go on.
I also think the creatures that Piccolo creates.
Oh, I actually thought those were cool.
They I think they were lacking.
They got deuced pretty quickly.
I mean,
They did, but they were very in the vein of Dragon Ball of like taking the villain's blood and growing enemies, kind of like the
Symbiotes.
Cybermen.
More further comic accuracy.
Well, no, because it doesn't exist anywhere in the comics. But I'm just saying along the vein. Like,
It's a real Piccolo move, though.
It's a real
Would you
Piccolo
say?
move.
Kind of like the Cybermen, where they
Real
where the
Tommy
Saiyans
Pickles
grow them
move,
out of
man.
the ground, or
Tommy
like
Pickles
Cell
move.
when Cell like kind of reproduces those little mini cells.
It just keeps sounding.
But
more
Piccolo
and more
didn't do that in the
accurate.
comics, though.
All right, so we're going to go jump right into our conclusion here.
Yeah, I think we need to.
Perfection. Logan, what do you got?
Perfection.
Okay.
Were you done? I'm letting you.
Thanks for
finish.
tuning in for another
I
episode of Legion of Comic Correction.
I'm really, in all seriousness, I'm struggling with something I didn't like.
Just one
it's
thing.
just like one thing that
Alright, one
isn't-
thing.
Here's what I will say. I believe, in to Harry's point, this may have been maybe a little bit of a movie where it's this similar plot like to other movies, similar storyline where it's like we have something bad happen and then I'm a recluse and then I get picked on and then I go find something and then it's not what I think it is and then there's a love interest.
And my family, but you left me.
Yeah, and they got to go find something and then when we find that thing, we got to go find something else. We didn't really find what we needed to find.
Is this just an episode of Mandalorian?
It
Yeah.
does kind of sound like the same plot point.
So
I can bring him
is
in
Dragon
warm.
Ball Evolution a prequel to The Mandalorian?
Yes.
So you
Is
think Goku,
You've heard it here.
He's in the.
Is he Mando?
He's
Is Goku Mando?
Pedro Pascal is the older
And
version
is he raising Piccolo?
to be Grogu to be
Is
his youngling.
as Grogu? As
Piccolo
Grogu?
2.0.
Is that the case?
I sure hope not.
Oh,
Why'd they pick the name Piccolo?
So all of the names in Dragon Ball are parodies
Russian.
of objects.
they're all Russian.
They're parodies of like
Mm-hmm.
so musical. So like a lot of the Namekians are musical. So Piccolo is
An
A
actual
piccolo.
musical instrument.
Right,
They
and then-
really didn't try hard on that one.
yeah, and well the other ones are also derivatives of like the Japanese word.
Right.
All the Saiyans are vegetables. So like
Mhm.
Vegeta just literally is
Vegetable.
a play on vegetable, and then Goku's name is Kakarot, which is carrot.
Mm-hmm.
And then his brother is Raditz, which is radish. And then Nappa is what is it? It's like a pear or a peach or something like that, some kind of fruit.
No,
What is it? It's something. Oh, cabbage. It's cabbage.
Is Nappa?
I think it's cabbage.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. And then
I wasn't expecting that.
And then Broly is broccoli. And so they're all like they're all
Which is
different-
why he's got green hair.
right. And then like Frieza.
Broly is probably my favorite character.
Broly is super cool.
He's so awesome.
He's
His
so great.
storyline is
Is
pretty
he
the
awesome.
new movie
and-
is super good too.
Well, yeah,
Is he
and
what? No, he's not on my shirt. These are
and
good guys. Broly's a bad guy.
Broly would be the size of his whole shirt.
Yeah, Broly's huge. He's
Yeah.
actually the best guy in Dragon Ball Fighters, the fighting game. He's
Yeah.
so much
Oh,
fun to
no.
play
Broly-
as.
Broly, you
he
just-
takes up the whole screen.
The whole screen and you destroy people.
And then like
You destroy people. He's
Frieza,
way OP.
Frieza's an intergalactic warlord.
Frozen.
And well, they're all
Freezer.
versions. Yeah. So Freezer, his brother is Cooler.
Yep.
And his father is King Cold.
Yep.
So it's like Dragon Ball was always meant to kind of be a tongue in cheek on things. Like it's everything's very funny. Like so Bulma.
What's Majin Buu?
Bulma is I believe it has something to do with cookies and like sweets.
Is it really? Well,
Yeah.
no kidding. But
Yeah.
but I mean, he eats them all the time.
Bibbidi. Oh no, it's
Bibbidi
it's
Bobbidi Boo?
Bibbidi's the father. Bobbidi is the son who resurrects the monster Boo. So they're Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. That's
Bibbidi
what they are.
Bobbidi Boo.
Yeah, and then like Bulma, right? Bulma was her last name is Briefs, but her son is named Trunks.
Yeah. Trunks is awesome too. He carries
Trunks
a
is
sword.
great. Yeah, he's got a freaking sword.
Yeah.
It's from the
Yeah.
future.
Hey, listen.
All right, well, so
you
here we
know,
go. All right, so do you have anything else before I
I can let
say
it go.
things?
You know,
just let it go?
I think Harry did a really good job.
Thank you.
I've
Yeah, you guys are
summarized a few pieces, and I'm really content.
Yeah,
I'm
good.
really content.
You gonna-
What
you gonna-
about you?
Are you going to go watch it again after this is over?
I might.
might?
Here's the
you
thing.
own it? Do you own it?
Here's
Collector's
the
edition?
thing. When we look at our movies, how we've talked about, like, would you watch this one or this
Right,
one?
right,
I mean,
right.
there's very few movies I would watch over this
Over
one.
this one?
Over this one. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
if Harry came to me and was like, Logan, you want to watch Dragon Ball Evolution? I'd be like, hell yeah.
I will. I'm going to beep that out. I will.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I will never watch this movie again. I watched it when it
Why?
came out. I watched when it came out.
Why?
And then I
Wait,
watched
let me
it
actually
again,
ask this again.
and it was worse.
Were you excited when it came out? Like,
Yes.
were you excited for this?
So yes and no. Yes, because it's Dragon Ball,
Mm-hmm.
and anything Dragon Ball I was excited for.
Sure.
No, because as soon as I saw a trailer of it,
You're like, this is greatness.
I knew it was going to be. No, I knew it was. There was something off. There's something off. There's something off about it. And here's the thing: is that like Dragon Ball has a huge amount of movies that are really good. Yeah, animated movies, and
massive
it's really
following
tough
too. Massive following. Massive. I mean, to have made. For a serious moment, to have made this movie for the type of following that it has is actually like mind-boggling.
Yeah, I don't.
Right, it's literally like one of those things where you're like,
how did it get passed?
How, with all of the people who love Dragon Ball Z, how could somebody in any studio be like,
this is okay,
this does it justice.
This is good.
This
is good stuff.
Yeah,
it just proves like how bad Hollywood is.
I don't.
Right, they're trying to make money.
Just about
and they
money.
did. The thing is, here's the thing.
They did make.
They made money. They succeeded in making. They made a Dragon Ball movie for $30 million to make $55 million.
The biggest culprit of that is Disney with Star Wars.
Right.
Well, they made money.
Iger is slowing it down.
Yeah,
he's come out and said we're pulling back on Marvel. We're pulling back on Star Wars. We're slowing it down to make higher quality.
Yeah, it's smart. It's good. Anyway, all right.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
So this movie was.
Do you have
very
any
disappointing.
notes? Do you have any notes?
I don't need any notes.
You don't have much complaints,
I have
right?
memorized almost the entirety of the Dragon Ball Z series.
Go ahead.
So I mentioned at the beginning that the timeline's off on this. So Goku fights King Piccolo in the comics when he's a kid. Mm-hmm. He fights Piccolo a couple times, but the first iteration, which is this iteration, he fights as a kid. And they started out pretty strong, right? That like he's released from his containment, the containment wave, and he gets out.
We don't know how,
but they don't show how. He just appears with Mai.
He's so strong.
I guess, but
strong.
In the comics, the magic that contained him could not be broken except for the outside, which is why he was put in there.
Somebody would have had to have done something,
right? And so in the comics, it was
probably a vegetable.
No, it wasn't a vegetable. Not this
vegetarian.
Time. So Mai did do it.
Vegan.
Mai did do it. And so in the movies, the chick that's with Piccolo is Mai.
Right.
They never say her name, I don't think.
Nope.
But she's listed as it in the credits. And fans of the show and the comic know it's her because she shapeshifts.
Right.
So Mai is a shapeshifter. So Mai was the henchman of a character called Emperor Pilaf. There's more food stuff.
Rice pilaf.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So Emperor Pilaf.
That one's. Some of these are just
they're just real bad.
They're not even
trying.
So Emperor
Pilaf,
King?
Dude, maybe they made.
And he's just as big as an ox.
Yeah,
he wears he has horns on his helmet and everything.
He's a king.
Chi-Chi.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Chi-Chi does mean something. I don't remember.
Chi-Chis. It's a food.
Chi-Chis?
Chi-Chis are a food.
I don't know what they are.
Chi-Chis are a food.
What are they?
Yes.
Are they peppers?
They're a Mexican dish.
Oh, I didn't know that. You learned something new today.
But
anyway, so
they just filled out a Mad Lib on it.
Yeah,
they just give me a vegetable.
All the vegetables. So Emperor Pilaf releases Piccolo in the comics. He lets Piccolo out in hopes that Piccolo will help him and the Red Ribbon Army and defeating Goku and all that stuff. And so he lets him out. Pilaf is not in this. Mai is in this, but Shu is her companion who's like always with her, and he's not in there. I was really bugged about that. He's a ninja that's also like a little corgi. He's like a talking corgi. And they're a great team, and they had Mai, but they didn't have Shu, so it was kind of strange in that way. But regardless, he comes out. He's alive, and he gets confronted by Goku. So Goku confronts King Piccolo, and they do try and use the containment wave to get him in there. Doesn't work. Goku ends up having to actually launch himself so hard, his head is so hard that he bursts through Piccolo's stomach and comes out the back of him and kills him that way as a kid. And when he dies, and Piccolo dies, he leaves an egg of himself to be reborn to take vengeance on Goku.
Piccolo comes back to... That man has 9 lives.
Right.
That man does not.
Yeah, Namekians are really, as Korg would say, really tough to perish.
Yeah.
So, but the biggest complaint here is that, so Piccolo was like thousands of years ago, he tried to take over the Earth, which is fine, but he tried to take it over with a Saiyan.
Yeah.
So obviously he had a Saiyan. He tells Goku that Goku's the Saiyan. It's not Goku, though, because Goku wasn't alive 2,000 years ago. It doesn't make any sense. So he must have been some other Saiyan, but Namekians and Saiyans are...
Who do you think he would have been referring
enemies.
to?
Nobody. They're enemies. The Saiyans like went out and like ravaged the Namekians to get the Dragon Balls. Like they're not allies.
So it's like a full-blown
rewrite
genocide.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's no... The Saiyans do not have really have friends. Like when it comes to the world, they are literally a race that enslaves planets and sells them to people at the highest price. So it's like, and they definitely don't side with Namekians. Like they think they're weak. So it's like they would never work for one. Like there would not be a Saiyan who would work for him.
Interesting.
Plus, the Saiyan, when they become the Great Ape that we talked about, like miles high. So like that, him turning into a little gorilla, and you can't freaking control it. Goku can't control it anyway.
Yeah,
the other
can't
Saiyans,
direct it.
The other Saiyans can at least kind of control it, but they can't just like turn back and turn in and turn back. Like they can't do that.
Right.
They also have tails. Goku doesn't have a tail.
Yeah, where'd
That's
that
how
go?
they stop them. That's how they cut off his tail to stop him from turning into the Great Ape. So that doesn't exist. So
Yeah,
that was all off. Also, and this is a kind of a smaller thing, but Gohan had the red staff, which was, I'm assuming, an homage to the power pole, which Goku used as a kid.
Yeah.
And Goku takes it with him, and Roshi uses it, but they only ever use it as a stick. In the comics, it can extend like miles long. Like he used it to get up to Korin's place and Kami's house, and like
in all seriousness,
all that stuff was not there.
Yeah, but you gotta be honest to a certain extent. Like,
Yeah.
there are certain things that they just cannot transition over to live action, and
especially in 2009. Now they probably could.
Yeah, you're right.
Now
you
they
are
probably
right.
could.
They probably could now get away with a little bit more. In 2009, they just didn't have it together at that point in terms of the technology, CGI, all of those pieces. Now, I know we can compare to the fact that, like, Iron Man was there in 2008. We have the CGI that goes along with that. But the reality is, I don't think people were ready for even, like, a Dragon Ball fight. Let's be honest. Like,
they went all in.
talked about how bad the secret invasion fight was, and that's the closest thing to a Dragon Ball fight that you would see.
But the thing is, even the martial
one of those
arts
things you
fights,
got to be careful about.
But the martial arts fights in this weren't even that good.
Oh no, they were terrible.
And here's the thing:
whoever was doing choreography in terms of martial arts fights
horrible.
in this, horrible.
But here's my biggest complaint is that they picked the right story. They just did it wrong over in that time. Well, that's because you guys were talking about friggin' nose hair and sweat.
Well, he was right.
Yeah, he was right. So
it's horrible.
The nose hair. it was egregious.
Get it together.
Have you heard of
a pair of scissors? Do you not have a pair of scissors in your house, son?
So here, I'll end the review with this.
Go hand and let him have them.
I'll end the review. They picked the right story. So if they were to do, here's why. Because in Dragon Ball, when the first King Piccolo came and Goku fought him, there was very little. Goku couldn't fly. Yeah. He used the flying Nimbus.
It's true. You're talking.
It was much more martial arts based.
Yes.
So there was very little. The only time they used energy blasts.
Wow, they called it a cloud. A cloud.
Yeah, the Nimbus Cloud. Well, that's what he flew. Cloud. Only the pure of heart can still it. And so Goku. That's the other thing is Goku was like this moody, like angry teenager.
Yeah, he was like
he was much more like what a Saiyan would be.
Right.
But Goku was always so pure and innocent.
Happy,
that's what he
happy, joy.
He's stupid innocent. Like he doesn't understand reality, and that's because he hit his head when he came to Earth.
Like, I feel like the only time that Goku understood reality was when he was actually Super Saiyan. In any Super Saiyan form, he would get like super focused and and then except for when he was normal, when he was a normie, like he would be like
super aloof. My favorite part.
Like,
my favorite part was like the first time you see his son when he has a son. Chi-Chi's like, "Where's Gohan?" He's like, "I don't know." And it's just like, oh my, and he's like 4. And then he brings him to see all his friends for the first time in like years. And they're like, Goku has a son? They're like, oh crap, that kid's screwed. They know he's an idiot. Like but that's what makes him so lovable. And so they picked the right time. They just screwed it up. Like
you're right.
That's what they should have done.
You're right. I hadn't thought about it in the sense that like this movie was actually the best suited to be able to transition
in that
over
time period too.
And that time period because of it not being so ridiculous. You can get away with more ridiculous stuff as you build groundwork for it. So like some of the other storylines, which are, I believe, personally better storylines.
Agreed.
Like in terms of fun and like just like excitement. But you're right. You got to lay a groundwork before you start throwing Majin Buu out there and Cell and like all of these other things.
It was either this But this one would require more backstory. Like the Android Saga was very grounded.
Android Saga,
because it was they were androids, and like the only thing you'd really have to worry about is like Trunks and Goku going Super Saiyan. Like that's the only thing they'd have to like really struggle with effects wise. But there's no freaking giant apes.
Yeah, but turning somebody's hair yellow is not that
so
big
bad.
of a deal.
It's easier than trying to make a gorilla.
It's just the screaming for an hour that you need to get past.
If I'm honest, when he was watching it while we were driving, he had it on his phone.
Yeah,
and the screaming actually sounded pretty accurate. I was like, yeah, that sounds like a Dragon Ball Z episode.
Like a Dragon Ball.
Yeah. As long as they weren't talking.
More accuracy.
Comic accurate?
More comic accuracy.
No, it's not. It's not. All right, let's do our verdict because we got to get out of this. I can't stay in this much longer. That I can feel the hate building.
Give in to the hate.
Verdict? No. Goku, pure of heart, help me.
Give in.
Go ahead, Harry. What do you think, man? What's your verdict?
Use your hate.
Perfection.
Use your hate.
Do it.
Give in to it.
What do you think, Logan?
Do it.
Well, you're next.
Perfection.
Feel your anger.
Feel
Before
the
I
anger
respond,
rise.
Feel
the anger rise.
Legion, they're not being serious. You can trust them. Just understand that they actually do have good heads on their shoulders.
I have never been more serious about anything in my life.
The only decision I've ever been 100% about.
Well,
Harry and
me too.
Harry and I have joined forces.
I guess.
Yeah. No, if you want me to be serious, it's
hot pile
of garbage. Hot pile of garbage. Yeah, I mean it's a horrible movie.
It's a horrible movie.
I am blown away.
Worst movie
they were accurate
in years.
I am blown away by it
because you haven't watched it in years.
Dude, yeah. I didn't. I went. So the first time I saw this movie, I wanted it to be good, and
of course you did. Well, of course, it would be like Batman.
But I thought
I will go see any Batman movie.
Though, I thought it might. I thought it might be, and then I was just this time. I went into it knowing
it was garbage.
It was going to be the worst movie in the world.
Yeah,
and yet
it's still disappointing.
It was worse.
Yeah, yeah.
It was worse than I remembered.
I know.
My heart broke like 19 times.
Yeah, as somebody who this is your baby.
Hold on.
And it's like
I'm gathering the spirit bomb. I'm gonna send toward that director. I don't know where he is, but give me your life energy.
Yeah. Okay, I'll help.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Thank you.
Yep. Yep.
All right, I'm pretty sure it's up in the atmosphere. I'm gonna just send it now. All right.
Would you fight this director in the street? Would you?
He would make him bite the curb.
I already vaporized him with a spirit bomb, so my work is done.
The street's in his living room now.
So you want to just fight him?
Kind of like Piccolo.
Honestly,
you take him right out.
I think the first time I would come in contact with him,
yeah.
I would legitimately, calmly ask him why.
Right.
Like, just why did you do this?
Right.
And if he doubled down and was like, I thought I was making a good movie, I would
come in,
I would try. I would try and get my key together.
And he realized it didn't work, and then he just stabbed him with a samurai sword.
I would just punch him. I don't want to go. Here's the deal. I don't want to go.
You don't want to go to jail.
I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah, but if you went to jail, they'd be like, "Why are you here?" He's like, "I stabbed the director of Dragon Ball Evolution." They're all like,
"They'd let you out."
They're like, "You're a national hero. Congratulations, sir."
Here's the key to the city.
Here's the key to the city.
That's
a thing, by the way.
Does this make your top 5?
So yeah,
or bottom 5?
We talked a little bit about this. The bottom 5.
Yeah.
I won't make a final judgment until we actually do our next bottom 5 episode. But right now, man,
it's a contender.
It's the top.
Oh.
There is no
over New Mutants
and Sonic was my top.
Sonic was your top.
Oh yeah. You gotta take this to the top.
This has gotta run right up.
Go to the top.
Over that, dude. You don't understand. I probably have. I mean, there's a bunch back here, but I probably have like 100 and some Dragon Ball Z figures from when I was a kid.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Way to go!
Did you knock over all the figurines?
I didn't knock over anybody. What's that? Vegeta's on the floor. This is Goku though.
Yeah,
I got a Goku character.
No, what's that one behind Goku that you just pulled? Vampire looking one.
This is Deborah. Yeah,
Deborah.
He's a Majin. He was under Bobbity.
He's a Martian?
A Martian. He's got the M on his forehead.
I'm sorry. Did you say
Deborah.
A Martian, but with a Bronx accent?
A Martian.
He's a Martian.
A Martian.
No, I understand this for you.
Yeah,
I get it for you. Yeah.
Who's the one that one?
I
Who's
know.
the little fat one over there?
Dude,
That's
what
the Android.
what did you do
That's
with
Android
your life?
16.
You don't know any. You're literally asking him the most.
I wasn't
basic
allowed
ones.
to watch
Honestly,
the most
show.
basic
But-
characters.
Imagine as
well,
me as a
Android
child
16 isn't that.
able to watch this show.
Yeah, you wouldn't be allowed.
I would have beat people's heads in. Ah!
Yeah,
Android,
that's true.
Android,
It's true.
Android 19 is not that known though.
I don't know who
Alright.
these people are.
All
I
right.
know Goku.
He's not one of the main androids.
I know
He was the one
Vegeta.
that-
No, but
with
he's
Zero.
He's
The
significant.
only person you need to know
Yeah,
is
but-
Vegeta. He's got the best
Yo,
statements
Vegeta.
ever.
This guy, his death was the best with Vegeta because Vegeta put his feet on his chest, grabbed his arms, and just ripped both his arms off, and then shot his head apart.
Vegeta did that.
Vegeta did.
Yeah, that's why
Vegeta
Vegeta's
has
freaking
probably
awesome.
the best kills.
Oh yeah,
Probably the best kills are
Of the-
Vegeta's.
of everything.
Yeah, because he just wipes you out.
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
just wipes you out.
and he does it to gloat. Like
Yeah.
he does it to because he's just, and that's his downfall. I mean, that's
Yeah.
usually why he loses is because he tries
Yeah.
to make it too much of a.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, fun fact: the creator of Dragon Ball actually hates Vegeta. He's like
Really?
his least favorite character.
Why?
He wrote him as a villain, and he was a perfect foil to Goku, and he kind of wrote him in, and fans just fell in love with him. And
Yeah.
so he just kept writing for him, and he's
Dang
like,
it.
yeah, he was like, I don't like Vegeta. Like, I don't want Vegeta to be. He didn't want Vegeta to be a big part. He wanted him to kind of be the Saiyan saga and like that be
Yeah.
it. And then he just the fan
Response.
they just loved him
That's
so
what
much.
happens,
And
man.
now he's like and that's why like.
That's why he changed over to being
That's
a
why
good guy.
he became a good guy, and then he went
Yeah.
back to being evil. But then he sacrificed himself for the kids, and like he got to go out a hero's death or whatever at the
Family.
end
Family.
of Dragon Ball Z. But
All
anyway,
comes back to family.
It's always back family.
the show is great. The movies are great. The manga,
Including this one.
no.
Have a good week, guys.
The
Have a good
manga
week.
is great.
Good to see you all.
Dragon Ball Evolution has no business being anywhere near this franchise
Because
Get
it's
it
the
out of here.
greatest ever made.
It has
It's
no
on a
business.
whole other level.
It's at a,
To the top.
It's way up.
It's way up.
way up.
Oh, all right,
I
guys.
get asked, where do you start in Dragon Ball? Dragon Ball Evolution. That's where you kick it off.
And they can only go up from there.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
All right, guys. We will see you guys next week on another episode of the Legion of Comic Correction.